With the addition of Heather into Zach and Fatima's world, we also get some of the characters that come along with her in her neighborhood, like Miss Cheryl. What's good, y'all? It's your good sis Erica Vane coming to you right here on Erica Vane TV with another Sistas video. And in this video, we're going to talk about if Zatima can actually trust Miss Cheryl. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and turn on your bell notifications so you don't miss out on any of my sisters' content and conversations, because I am breaking down all of the storylines, characters, predictions, and more right here on Erica Vane TV, and you're not going to want to miss it. New videos literally posted every single day. Now, to get into the answer of if Zatima can actually trust Miss Cheryl, I think we need to start off with talking about who she is. So for all of y'all who don't know the name of the nosy ass neighbor to Heather, that is Miss Cheryl, who has been tipping Zatima off periodically about the happenings of Michael while in Heather's custody and care. She has been the number one so-called witness or source for Zatima as they are trying to figure out what is happening inside Heather's home and trying to pursue full custody after Miss Cheryl details the child being abused, being neglected, and just not necessarily cared for in the proper way. Now, you might be asking, Erica, why are you asking if we can actually trust Miss Cheryl? If someone is a nosy neighbor but is nice enough to tell Zach about his kid and make sure that he's up to date and knowledgeable because he doesn't live across the street and can't keep eyes on that boy 24/7, then that should be a good thing, right? Maybe. If this wasn't the Solitary universe, then maybe. Any and everybody can have ulterior motives, and Miss Cheryl, to me, has proved herself to be an unreliable witness, an unreliable narrator quite a bit. The number one piece of evidence that we have that Miss Cheryl is an unreliable narrator at best is that she claimed over the course of the last 3 years of Michael's life, she has called child welfare multiple times. However, when the lawyer that Fatima gets for Zach to push along this custody battle as quickly as they can goes down and checks on any reports or any filings, there are none in the system. Yeah, so she lied. Yes, Miss Cheryl might be the old, nosy, retired neighbor who hangs out the window and can see when Mike was playing outside by himself, or hear when Heather is getting into it with her boyfriends, or yelling or verbally mistreating the child. But I think that it is a very important point, if it is literally mentioned in reference to these main character storylines, that a particular character lied, and that information is the information that our main characters are solely using and building their case to go against another character. We definitely have to consider that. Now, in the season finale of season 6, we did get to see a little bit more evidence to show Heather not being an appropriate mother, not dealing with her child the best, not taking the best care of him. And honestly, this is the first time we actually fully get to see this. She has him tied up in the bathtub when Zach and Fatima come over to buy Michael. Yep, because Zach thought it was a good idea to offer $100,000 for Michael. Yes, let that sink in. So it's a whole bunch of backwardsness going on around here. But when they go over there, before they enter the apartment, we as the audience get to hear her talking negatively towards Michael. And then we learn after Fatima just goes past her and goes into the bathroom that she has him tied up. And she's saying that he likes to run around, he likes to run out. And I am 100% of the belief that it doesn't matter what the hell the boy tries to do, you should not have him tied up in a bathtub. That is a dangerous situation in which Michael could lose his life at any given point in time. I'm aware of that. But again, I want to point out that this is the very first bit of proof that we as the audience have gotten to see, because even when they kidnapped Michael the first time, we didn't actually get to see whatever they saw on his back. They didn't actually take photos of what they saw on his back. They said that he was malnourished, but then also chose not to feed him until so-called, quote unquote, the morning. His first night staying there, Fatima gets to sleep in the bed while Zach and Michael sleep on a leather ass couch. And instead of getting covers or sheets to cover the baby up, he gets pillows thrown on top of him. So we don't necessarily get a fully concrete depiction of how great Zatima will actually be for Michael as well. Everybody's kind of on shaky grounds when it comes to me, especially Miss Cheryl. Now, while I think that her giving them additional information and putting a battery in their back to pursue getting to the bottom of what Michael's living situation has been good, I also think that this woman has created a more dramatic scenario and has been proven to have lied. So no, they cannot actually trust her. There's a point in which Zach offers to pay Miss Cheryl for the information that she provided after she calls them in the middle of the night to warn them about, you know, something going on in Heather's house, where they come and they see police there and Heather's getting patched up. Zach looks like he's trying to give this lady $10,000 for this bit of information. She has a whole holier than thou moment about, don't be trying to give me money, I don't want no money, and then ultimately takes the damn money. She's an unreliable narrator, definitely a liar, and wishy-washy. And another thing that I would like to point out in having a conversation about if they can trust Miss Cheryl is, if you're a nosy neighbor or an elder who just wants the best for this child as you claim, then why does it seem like she doesn't actually have a relationship with Michael? When I was growing up in the hood, there were so many people within our neighborhood, across the street, down the street, that would look out for us as if they were our parents or our aunties or our cousins. It doesn't seem like Miss Cheryl has ever taken that baby in to feed him, has ever, you know, given him a bath herself. And not that Michael is her responsibility. I just don't trust someone who is saying that she cares about the well-being of this child, but she has yet to do anything but run her mouth to help the child. And that brings me to, what are her actual motivations? And honestly, this is where it gets a little bit murky when it comes to the writing within Tyler Perry's universe, because for me, it's not clear. Typically, nosy neighbors are not just nosy for no reason. They might be miserable. They might be lonely. They might be bored. They might really want to help and don't know any other ways to help. But by her slick mouth, it seems like she would be able to figure out other ways to help, but she's choosing not to actually interact with Michael and only to tell that, and then not to tell that to the proper authorities, because again, there's no actual reports of anything being filed like she claimed. So my verdict is no, y'all. They cannot trust Miss Cheryl. They might have gotten a bit of information that have led them to peek in and get a better understanding. However, everything that Miss Cheryl says is not gold. And I do think that if they continue to just listen to her carte blanche and don't question her motives or anything that she says, they're going to wind up making a misstep, because it seems at best she stretches the truth at some points. And because we can't clearly discern what her motivation is, I'm going to go ahead and say because she's bored and she's messy and maybe she's miserable. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Do you think Zach and Fatima can trust Miss Cheryl? Do you think Miss Cheryl hates Heather for no reason? Do you think Miss Cheryl is 100% right in what she's been doing and what she's been saying? I can't wait to see what you have to say in the comment section down below. There's so many new videos on the channel talking about everything for season 7. Season 7 premieres January 3rd. At 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on BET. And of course, we'll be back with our Sistas Keeper that same night to discuss the episode. Cannot wait to keep with y'all and keep the conversation going. YouTube thinks that you will love this video, so go ahead and watch next, because you're not done getting the Sistas tea.